What's up, Steeler? How are you, bud? I'm excited for this one. I'm happy to finally be able to share the draft class with you guys, because, like, holy crap. I put so much work into that thing. Like, I really tried to make sure that every player on that draft class is, like, a real reflection of what they've been for me in, my past 19 years of playing this game. So, what's up, Tyler? Alright, so if I remember correctly, there are a couple of options here. We got Broncos Niners as a theoretical option. What's up, guys? Excited to see that people are starting to file in. Browns Ravens could be. It's the return of Smokey Bulworth, so that one's a little fun. Dolphins Colts, two pretty good teams. That one could be pretty fun. Could be a big AFC battle when wild cards matter. I do agree. This is probably the worst of the games because we've already watched the Broncos and the 49ers are like a 70 overall. They're like bad. Yeah, EJ, RSV is the Fins. And technically Panthers Bucks is a, a viable option, but we've already watched both teams and neither one is particularly great. I do think Dolphins Colts rather, wow, is probably the most viable watch because as RSV notes, we have already watched this exact game week 1. But I don't know, I was just wondering, hey, if people did want to watch the return of Smokey Bulworth, that would be an option. But I do agree, Dolphins Colts is probably the best one. I think the Dolphins are like 4-2, the Colts are like 4-1. Like this is a quality AFC game right here. Quality game. Two teams I don't think we've seen play each other before. You guys down? Dolphins Colts? You know what, Tyler? That's a good idea. Before we get into Dolphins Colts, let's peep the standings. We'll go by division. AFC North. Ravens, Bengals, everybody's in this one. Everybody's in this one. AFC South, this is a two-horse race. We got two good teams and two bad teams. AFC East, interesting race. Everyone's pretty good. The Jets are surprisingly good. To West, everyone's pretty bad. It's crazy to think that the Chiefs are only a half game out of it, and that the Broncos are tied for the division lead. Holy crap, the Chiefs give up a lot of points. Oh my. Pride's been great this year. The Lions have been real good for him. The Packers have been a surprise. Vikings are hanging around. Yeah. Panthers are having a rough go. How about this, EJ? After week 8. Nah, fuck it. I'll show you O'Brien's stats. We'll do that. Whatever. I'll show O'Brien's. Yeah, and RSV, I looked ahead. We have Pats Jaguars next week. So that could theoretically be something. If we do a second game tonight, we could do Pats Jaguars. That one actually looks pretty good. NFC East, this is. Rigo's hanging around. Rigo's got this division all to himself if he really wants to push for it. NFC, I don't understand this. This division is consistently just a mess. I don't get it. They're weird. I will show EJ's quarterbacks stats. Stat-a-roonies. O'Brien's playing really well. 72% completion, 9-1 touchdown to interception ratio. He's balling. Let's check out Marty Roper. Marty Roper's balling too. Not quite as explosive as Tommy O'Brien's been, but Marty Roper's been pretty good. So this should be two nice rookie quarterbacks in this game. I believe the Colts are the home team. Yeah, Tyler, you know what? Fuck it. Again, I'm in no rush, so we'll check out Bob Crow. We can check out Bob Crow. I don't think he's been a world beater, but I don't think he's only played 2 games. So, but for what he's doing, it's not a disaster. For 2 games, it's not terrible. Alright, gang. We'll look at the draft class at some... Well, actually, I'll leave this up to you guys. Do you want the game first? Or do you want the draft class first? And Capri wants to peep Leonard Robinson stats. Leonard Robinson's throwing a lot of touchdowns. A little too many picks, personally, for my liking. But the touchdowns are good. Alright, let's get this game first. And then maybe like a little midstream action can be the draft class. And then maybe another game after that. Because, I mean, we all pretty much had today off today. So we should have plenty of energy. Eagle just base uniforms, right? Nothing crazy? Or do you want, like, the Colts color rush if they have one? Base is fine. Ready to go.
Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one.
This should be a fun one, guys.
Miami Dolphins and the
Capri, you're only a half game out.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League.
Luckily for you, that division's an absolute shit show.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
I really don't remember, EJ. I honestly don't remember if we've watched one already.
So here come the Dolphins now as
we
they
might
set
have.
to take over on offense. At a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's
swing.
always working on.
What Marty Rope doing?
Always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you gotta feed
we
them
got
first.
10 people in here. This is nice.
You usually get a great product out on the field.
All right, fellas, let's keep this going.
Can't wait to feed them
If we can keep it
afterwards.
hype, I'll go for a while tonight, guys.
And 2nd and 10.
Ooh, good blitz. Good blitz. What's up, Brad?
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now as a quarterback, third and long.
Get rid of it, Marty. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for?
Out of
More
bounds.
pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
That was just
Now
awkward.
throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this.
A little bit
one.
of space for...
You gotta
Oh, why did he
passing
cut
down.
right?
Pretty good first
If he
step
cut
right
it back inside, he had a little bit of a
42
crease
yard
there.
3 on the return. And the Colts on offense here, 1st and 10. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive.
All right, Tommy O, let's see what you got.
Quarterback standing at 6'5".
And what I'm looking for from him today
yards. That was not a good possession. Roper throws one in the dirt. Friggin' gets blitzed off the right side and then has another guy wide open but leads him out of bounds. Not pretty.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Seems like Kendall Belcher's fitting in pretty nicely here with the Colts.
82 yards and a touchdown.
The big rebuild acquisition from the 49ers.
You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on
Ooh, good protection. O'Brien's going deep, probably to Kendall Belcher. No, he goes deep to like the third string tight end. That's also an idea. I mean, to each their own, I suppose. Not what I would have done.
And they operate as a terrific unit.
I feel like there were. Oh no, he's gonna get killed. Oh, nice block pickup. Did McMahon? I think McManus might have got it. Ref saying first down. First down.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't
matter,
did it? They got
no.
what they needed.
I think Browns Ravens kind of interesting. It's a game we did already watch once, and I feel like because both teams are in it, we're going to be watching them again later. So there's no reason to force another same matchup down our throats at the moment, so I do kind of understand what everybody else is thinking. So we can watch this game, and then maybe sim the week, watch another game. I don't know. Figure it out when we get there. Super chill, and again, we don't have to, like, we can go as slow or as fast as you guys want to go. Especially now that this draft class is done. There's nothing holding us up anymore. We have complete and utter freedom now that that draft class is done. I was nervous for a while that I wasn't going to finish it in time, but I just felt like being super productive yesterday, so I just banged the whole thing out last night. And then I finished corners this afternoon.
Back to the air on 2nd down.
Oh, what this? Oh.
And it's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone is going after the football.
Dude, German's hard. Don't feel that bad about it. My junior year, I failed AP French. I almost got kicked out. So just don't. Languages are hard, man.
They'll rifle this one deep right side. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through.
Nice kick.
And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
EJ loves kickers and punters. This might be his draft coming up.
Maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and
I think they put like, what, 10 kickers and 5 punters? It's a lot of them. I think there's like 14 fullbacks. Because obviously it's a me draft class. There are going to be fullbacks.
They go play action here on
19 years of me having fullbacks. We're going to have a bunch. Ooh, nice play by Levy. He's so little.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after.
Ooh, I don't know where that was going. Marty Roper is struggling so far.
A look there at the defensive starters for the
oh,
Colts.
shit.
They were fantastic.
Can someone tell Pride that according to RSV, Lions Patriots is a game later on in the schedule that I can almost imagine. I mean, I can't imagine us not watching Lions Patriots whenever the hell that pops up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here we go now. Green 39.
And they'll go with the ground attack here.
Oh, snap. Wait. Yo, the Bills cut Nathan Peterman. That's hilarious.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced
That's
with a
hilarious.
3rd and inches.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went
All right, I
against
can
the
do that.
tendency
I can
and
do
ran
that.
it. And boy, the reward was there.
So we had a lot to get done tonight then. A lot to get done.
It's now 3rd and very short in
Rosters,
order to
draft
try to pick up a
class,
first down.
hopefully another game. Gonna be a nice stream.
And he'll be taken down at the
Gonna be a
33,
nice stream.
pickup of about 4.
I call that play a
Can we
success.
see
A
halfway
nice inside
point?
run sets up a
I don't know
very
if we're there yet,
manageable
Capri. I don't know if we're.
second
I don't know if they'll
down.
pop up
Very
yet.
solid gain on that play.
I don't know if they'll pop up yet. Because we're only in week 7 right now. We would have to get through next week for it to work. And I can't promise we get through week 8 tonight. We can try. We can definitely try, but I can't make that promise. Ooh, that's probably holding or roughing the passer. Nope, it's probably roughing the passer because it's always roughing the passer. And there we go, roughing the passer.
They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
All right, here we go.
He'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
Yeah,
they?
when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah. They like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone,
That's
but it's
tough.
incomplete.
No one can get open
Not only
for
was
him.
the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up
All right.
tight. He was trying to
Tie ball
force it
game.
in there on
Nice
3rd
kick for
down.
But if
Spunkley.
there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Alarm clock for tomorrow
Scouting
morning.
report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline of being an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, O'Brien. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense,
All right.
find the holes where guys are
Let's start getting
available
some offense in
and put
this
the
game,
ball on the
gentlemen.
receiver before any defender can step up and fill
here we
it.
go.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Get rid of it, Tommy.
Fake here on 1st down.
Ooh, nice pick.
It's intercepted.
That was a great catch by Devin Hopkins.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Watch 84. Watch 84.
Set. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Oh.
It's a short one here, complete
To
the
something
tight end.
named Abbott.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the
I don't even know who
22-yard
Abbott
line.
is.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his
Very
coach prior to the
defensive game so
He's
far.
definitely one of the better wide
2 rookie
receivers
quarterbacks
in the
playing
play.
like it.
They're failing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And this is going to be incomplete. Now a 3rd down throw.
I don't
It misses the
I
target.
mean, Marty Roper's not
Incomplete.
turning it over, but like some of these throws, like, Jesus.
Game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting. You better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Nice tackle, nice open field tackle.
Like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. A good
That's not an
play,
easy
49
play to make.
yards, Just 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new
How we
set
doing,
of
Oscar?
downs.
Good to see you.
The 4th down run successful. Now they
Here
look
we
to
go.
pay it off on 1st down. And on the ground they go with a running back.
Nice run by Ganther.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain
Way to
of
fight for
12
some
and a first
yards.
down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And a good swarm
That's
to the
another
football
good little
defensively
2-yard
as
run
they
for
get him
Ganther.
down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're
Hurry up,
hoping
here we go.
those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a
I
crease
mean,
so they can run
EJ,
through.
he's a rookie, but he's running hard.
And he's going to be
He's not losing yards, so I mean,
taken down.
your offensive line's not really blocking for him. But I mean, shit, he's still he's running all right, and obviously he's got some kick return value too. So
To throw on 3rd down.
it's a nice piece.
O'Brien. He's gonna
Ooh,
fire
big
one
throw.
Deep left sideline. And
Incomplete.
incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch.
Seems like
Instead, it
O'Brien's
brings up a 4th
efficiency is just
down.
going completely down the
You
shitter.
hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this
Rigoberto
situation, the defender was
Sanchez.
making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a
Too
flag.
strong.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Watch 84. He's going.
Set.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I'm gonna be real with you, RSV. I don't think Marty Roper's
It's
the
always a
answer.
battle. Who's going to win on 1st down? The offense
He
or the
does
defense?
not
Let's
look
face it,
good.
if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on
And
1st
granted,
down,
O'Brien
you're
doesn't look good
right.
either, but
They got the throw
still.
for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Okay, that was a good throw. That was a really nice throw.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
He's made a couple of really nice throws, but just all the rest of them just going right into the dirt.
Coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables.
End of the first
They
quarter.
brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed,
I'm
all
bummed,
that.
DJ. I mean, I
But
can't
how
say I'm
about what they
surprised.
really said? Competitiveness.
I can't
That's
say
what
I'm
they really
surprised,
liked
bud. He
about
was
him.
old.
The way he goes after the football,
It
competes for
tends
it,
to
and
happen.
decides when it's in the air, it's his. And
But I mean,
only
it's still
his.
sad. You never want to see anybody pass away, but he lived an incredible life, and
The NFL
I hope
on
that
EA
he's doing all
Sports
kinds of cool
is
stuff
fueled
wherever he is
by
now.
Gatorade, the sports fuel
Husker,
company.
enjoy your schoolwork,
Back
brother.
now with Charles
I
Davis.
will
I'm
talk
Brandon
to you
Gaudin.
when I see you
Second
again, and
quarter
hey,
begins with the Dolphins in
maybe
possession of
maybe we're
football.
still going
And
when you're
they've
done
got
with
it
your work.
here
Maybe.
with a 1st down.
Either way, if we don't talk to you, have a good night, bud.
Here we go now. Blue Niners.
They'll look to throw.
Oh,
And his throw's
Jesus
gonna be
Christ,
incomplete.
I would
All
say
these
probably a good
incompletions
idea
are gonna
for
make
him
this
to
game
reintroduce
take
himself to his
forever.
Receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. but I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys.
Oh, boy.
It's intercepted.
Vaughn Hiddleston.
And it's picked off. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Oh, boy. Don't worry. The Colts can't move the ball either, so this will end with a field goal.
Like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are
It's okay. This is going to end in a field goal. The Colts can't move the ball either.
Throwing to start the drive. O'Brien. And he'll get him.
Did he just complete that to a tackle?
14-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Well, Simonson's got nowhere to go.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority 1.
Oh, boy. Ooh. What a throw. And, of course, it's one of EJ's converted running backs.
So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT.
If that stands, that was a great play.
With a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness,
Left foot,
the fortitude of him.
right
Foot.
foot.
Throw an interception early,
It's close.
right out of the game. Or
Is
mentally,
close.
You check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
And it stands.
They had to go to the monitor.
All right.
That's what the technology is
Finally
for.
have
And
a
this
big
touchdown
play.
Will count. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. This one taken just inside the 10. Gets
Ooh, nice cup on McKenzie. Nice spin. All right.
And a nice
Little return.
Pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there.
All right.
Totally didn't
Yeah,
affect
RSV, you should definitely be in the market for a quarterback this offseason. Holy shit, Roper's bad.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It's a short one here.
And I'll be real with you, it's a pretty nice quarterback draft. Just gonna be honest, it's a pretty nice everything draft. I made it. I know what it looks like. It's a good draft.
Not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw. Wants a screen pass. That's complete. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion.
And this is even after I've turned punt power down. This is
elusiveness to make people miss and pick up
the
the
punter steroids are a little ridiculous in this game.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some...
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced...
All right, Tommy, let's see what you got. Ooh, the draw to Ganther.
The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback. That's the blind side.
3-4, not bad.
The quarterback, he's going to put him on the ground. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything
I
going,
disagree
and really
with
the
that.
offensive line not helping him much.
Don't throw the check down on 3rd and long. I hate that shit.
But then quickly taken down.
I hate that shit.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all
Oh,
means.
that's a good punt. That's a good tackle.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
All around,
And
good
it'll
special
be
teams
Dolphin
out of the Colts.
football. So from the
Quality
36 now,
play.
1st and 10.
3 down, 3 down. Here we go now.
Oof.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll go with the ground attack.
Ooh, McKenzie
here.
gets outside.
And he's got some space here. And he'll be
Kept
brought
to the
down
outside. He had
just
more
shy of
space because he had 2
45.
blockers who could have
8
sealed.
yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
I don't care if your dude has
And
99
there we saw one
ball
of the
carrier
downsides
vision.
of blitzing during a run
Madden's
down,
gonna
because
make it
sometimes you get out of your
ridiculous.
gaps. You don't get the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball
Roper
carrier
back to
with
pass.
abandon.
He's gonna
He
flip
completes
it
one.
to
Let's
his
go.
running back. And he'll go down right around the 47
Mostly
this
excited
time.
because that just means more clock
Only
runs.
3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down. Let him get the first
Way to hold
down.
on to that
That's
ball.
exactly
That was
what
a
he
tough
did.
catch.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Who was
5
that?
yards
Yeah,
on
that
the
was
catch
Bonham.
there, brings
All
up
right.
2nd down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game.
Yeah.
They
Left
sack
tackle
him
got
back at the
smoked.
42.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason,
That's always
but the
tough.
film study he's been doing during the week.
Especially when you're calling a rollout to the left and that's the guy that gets beat.
A
Oh,
few
Jesus.
times he's even
Stay on your
defeated
feet,
double-
Mark. Oh, and he
He's
kept
gonna
going
go
backwards.
down again.
Oof.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback
Big
back there.
oof.
I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the
Big
QB,
oof.
right?
And
In this case, definitely been on constant duress.
Alright,
this
I'm gonna be
entire
real. I don't know
game.
about you
Guys
guys.
surviving back there.
And to think
The
they're
super punts are starting
a
to
long way
annoy
go
me,
in
and
this
I've
football
already
game.
nerfed punter power. So we might have to nerf it a little bit more. What's up, Pepperjack? Good to see you.
Off play action. O'Brien.
Big throw from O'Brien. Complete to Belcher. That was a great throw.
And he'll be taken down. but
O'Brien's
back
starting to
before
turn
they
his
work
game
across
around.
midfield.
He
An
struggled a
excellent
little bit
pickup
early,
of
but
34 yards.
maybe it was just the yips or a little bit of nervousness for a big moment against a good team, but he's starting to play better. Starting to throw some dots. Ooh, that one's dropped though.
Start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a change-up in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the change-up, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Pepperjack, we might be watching a Jaguars game later. Because Jaguars play Patriots next week. So if people are up for it, Week 8, Pats Jags might be a fun one. Nice throw to McManus.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
And there's another completion to the
I love you, Pepperjack. I love you, brother.
A 6'6" target.
It is indeed.
Ooh, Ganther with a nice little run.
They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. But I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line.
It's okay, noob. Smokey missed Lions Ravens too. Smokey played like 3 snaps and then tore his ACL.
Just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend?
Let's go.
Any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in
We've
order
really
to get
barely
open,
seen
that
Smokey
makes
play.
things tough
Like,
for guys trying to
we
get
tried
the
to
football.
watch Ravens Lions. He hurt himself. We watched the Ravens game earlier in the year. He wasn't around for it. I mean, odds are we're going to end up watching another Ravens game or two if they end up being good ones. And hopefully Smokey's healthy for him because, you know, Smokey will be fun to watch. Smokey could be very fun to watch.
This is 3rd down and 12. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the other games going on here around the NFL. On 3rd down, O'Brien. This will be caught at about
complete.
5.
Not enough.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And this one is right through. And they will stretch their
so
lead
far,
to
so
10
good for the
now
Colts.
at 13-3.
Well on their way to 6-1.
Department so far, he's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm.
Chill.
He might need a massage from the trainer
If the
right
Dolphins
now.
can get in the end zone here, then this is a hell of a ball game. So this is still way too up in the air to even consider something like that.
Complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Trips to the top of the screen.
They'll look to throw
Oh, and Roper's a little panicky, but he gets a nice throw to Bonham.
And that's complete.
Just short of the first down, unless they're nice. No, they didn't
the
give it to him.
49-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubles.
He'll drop to throw.
Get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it.
This is intercepted.
That
Picked off at
hurts.
the 28, and his guys are
Little
gonna
too
take
much
over
float.
at the 31-yard line.
I can't say I'm a fan of the jump ball to the 5'8" wide receiver
Now 2 picks in this frame.
against the number 1 corner.
First one that he threw,
I can't say I like that decision, but hey,
ends up throwing a second one as a result.
balls is balls. You gotta try, right?
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Operating from the gun, O'Brien. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
I will not just sim it. It's not even close to a sim yet, but like literally not even halfway there. So y'all can show with the sim it, sim it, sim it. No. No. Just no. Especially because the Dolphins offense is starting to move the ball a little bit. So they could just be heating up after halftime.
O'Brien finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot
All
it
it
right
takes
at
is
midfield
one
at the 50.
big play, and
It's
this is a
gain
hell of a
5,
game. So.
And it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position
Roper's
just
got to
continues
stop
to
throwing it to
evolve.
Hiddleston.
They've become just as critical to the passing
Oh,
attack.
oh, there we
The
go.
Dolphins
Nice
get
play.
there this time, and they bring him down.
That's probably. Oh, why
And
would
now
they
maybe
call a
want some
timeout?
extra
They're just
time to
taking.
talk about this
Unless they're
third
just going
long
to chuck
play
one.
as we'll get a timeout. As
They're
the
probably
clock will
just gonna
stop
chuck
with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The Colts on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8.
Yeah,
This is going to be
trips to
3rd
the
and
top,
13.
actually.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Trey left.
Blue 90.
Yeah,
On the gun, O'Brien.
What the fuck? Why are they tight end?
Tight end on the corner, it's complete.
I mean, probably going to get up and spike it, try the field goal. Nope, not going to spike it. They're going to come back out, and it's going to be the same thing going the other way.
Off the play fake, O'Brien. And that is caught on the right sideline, but
Out of bounds at 1 second, so they're going to try the field goal here. I disagree with that entire. You should have spiked it after the completion of McManus. It should have been a spike. But hey, got to trust one of the best kickers in the league.
Is no good.
Misses. Oh wow.
So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top.
All right.
Down to Orlando,
Color me surprised.
our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay,
I
Brandon, thanks very
did
much.
not
A lot
expect
get
Barnes
here as
to
some
miss
of the
that.
division races starting to take shape as we look around the
The second half.
Shut up,
upon us
Jonathan
sooner than we
Coachman.
bargained for. Week 7.
Ain't nobody
second
got
half.
time
Let's
for
do
you.
it. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard
Yeah,
line.
I'm surprised that Barnes missed that too, EJ.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going
What's
to
up,
do to
Colin?
attack us in the second
Feep,
half.
skeep,
Nice
meep,
first half that we've
sleep,
had, guys,
beep,
but
beep,
be
beep,
prepared for some
meep.
change-ups. We're going to see
Feep.
them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
To throw on second down. O'Brien. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Throwing on first down. O'Brien.
Nice swat.
And the tip
Nice
there
swat.
altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop.
Now let's go.
That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Oh, that's the big play we were talking about.
And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted
here
to
we go.
set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool. Instead,
Pressure comes and down he goes.
Problem is,
You know,
the
despite
Dolphins
the
still just can't
scoreline,
move the
I
ball.
think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Set. 3-19.
Now on 3rd and long.
Nice. Oh, no, he missed him by about a yard.
Successful.
Oh, that would have been 6.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of
Jesus
sync, whether they're running the
Christ.
ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know.
Great
the rhythm
punt from
seems
McGee,
off.
though.
And
Great
nice
punt.
job here on special teams.
Now
This will be
hopefully
down
this
inside
Dolphins
the 10
defense
at the
can
8-yard
make
line.
a play here. Flipped, put a rope around you. Oh my God, that's a little fucked.
Set. 3-19.
Just a little bit fucked.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He couldn't quite
Nice D.
hold it. Got hit.
Nice D.
Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field.
RC getting a little bit emo.
To throw again, O'Brien. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Cut my life into
And
pieces.
they'll bring him down here
This
right
is
around
my
the
last
17-yard line.
resort.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun on third down, O'Brien. And a quick throw
Brian's
that's
just
complete.
continuing to manage the
And they
offense.
pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Managing the
And that one was a
offense.
lot of fun right there because that was the game.
Nothing crazy.
Third and short. Blitz was on. What's the keeper?
Ooh, and he gets drilled by Middleton, whoever the hell that
Man, he
is.
got in there so
I think
quickly,
that's the
Charles.
outside
What could
backer.
the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is
Here
that
we
you
go.
figure
Blue
out and you
Lightning.
see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And you change the blocking scheme.
Drop,
Maybe you go
middle,
to max
ooh,
protection.
tough
The biggest
cut.
ones maybe you bring your running
Cuts it
back
right
in to try
into
and
the
keep you
safety.
clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability and a sack resulted. Third quarter,
All
you've
right.
got the lead. You're not ready to go into that
3rd and
4-minute
14.
offense to close the
You
game.
gotta think they're gonna go to Belcher,
You can really benefit your team right now.
right? You gotta think this is going to Belcher.
And he's
Oh!
going to be intercepted a third time.
Take it to the house, Randall. Take it to the house.
And he'll take
Touchdown.
this into the
Touchdown.
end zone. Now, hold on
Touchdown.
here. We do have a flag down.
Touchdown.
So let's see what this is about.
Touchdown. Illegal forward pass. Touchdown, Dolphins. Let's get it. We got a ball game, boys and girls. We
So they
got
obviously
a
declared
ball
that,
game.
And it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no out.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't
Stuffed.
it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So there's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Wow.
And this will be incomplete.
That could have been another big play for the Dolphins defense.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
To throw on third down, O'Brien.
Oh, and he
Looking
throws
left
it
side,
deep
he's
and
got
then
it
it's short
complete.
route.
And he'll
Been a
get to the
little bit less.
29-yard line. Brought down
Throws
there.
it short to Enzer.
2 yards is all they'll
Doesn't
get on
have
the
much
completion.
going.
It's fourth down.
Miami's going to have a chance to go tie this ball game.
It's understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary.
I thought that
after
was gonna kick
catches.
back.
We just saw that on display.
That
right
was
there.
almost a
Got
great
to him
punt
before
by
he ever had
Rigo.
a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Now let's go. Blue Lightning. Blue Lightning.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running
Now
game.
let's go.
I would say keep
Green
feeding the
39.
horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Now, that was well defended, and as a
Let's
cornerback,
go.
what you're talking, you see a wide receiver screen. either
I
you
like
get
the
underneath
military
the play
grade
before the
mechanical.
blocking
Oh, shit,
forms,
Roper's going
or
deep.
You're going to have to fight your way through it by getting...
It's caught inside the 25.
Oh, snap.
It's a big play here for the Dolphins on third.
That'll do.
58 yards.
That was literally like half the Dolphins' offense in one
Third
play.
of the drive, third down,
Wow.
spectacular catch, turns
Here
into
we go.
a first down.
Green
First down
39.
saves him from a 3
Green
and
39.
out. And they'll go on the ground. And this has
Kansas got
been a
nowhere to go.
familiar sight all afternoon. as
The
they
running game
stop him
just isn't
behind
there
the
for
line.
either team today.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going for it all. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
And especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll set up a throw. And that is
Oh, and he missed another guy, but hey.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43.
This is no gimme. Still a tough kick for Spunkley.
And his kick is good.
Tie ball game.
And that's going to tie us at 13.
Tie ball game with about a quarter to go.
Ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll
Nowhere
fight
to go.
forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
Nowhere to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some
Made
pressure
a
here.
couple guys
He
miss
had a
pretty
great
good.
read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my
Nice
way
throw
through
for
it, and I was
O'Brien.
blind, but now I can see
Nice
exactly
catch
what
for what I
they're doing, and
believe
on that
Scantlebury
play,
or
he obviously has
McCluster,
no
tight end.
presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass.
All right.
And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB,
Ooh, sack.
rush
Yep.
coming, and he's taken
Marshall
down.
Walker.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Nowhere for Ganta to go.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the
here we go.
entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way.
Ooh,
all
and there
afternoon.
goes
Didn't
Belcher.
get a whole lot better there. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big gain
play
of
receiver
38
making a big
there on
play.
3rd down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive
Can't
plays,
even try,
that's
man.
often the difference in winning and losing.
I don't understand
Those
this
types of plays that can knock
fascination
the defense off
with
balance,
just
that'll
taking the
drive a team
ball
towards a victory.
and just
No gain
shoving
on
it
the
into
play.
the other
It'll be
team's
second
face
down.
and saying, we're going to run it at you. It
Sometimes
ain't working.
play calls boil down to
Quit it.
philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the
quarter.
NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Here we go.
13 all our score. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
This is a huge set of downs
All right,
right
here we
here.
go. Boom, line it.
They'll run
And
it
they
now. Out of
fucking
the
run
gun.
it again.
And he'll get this one
I
down
don't
to
get
about
it.
the 17. 1 yard, the
It's not
official
working.
pickup
Give
there,
up
so it's
on
going
it.
to set up
It's like
3rd
me
and 9.
with stupid cheek in the stretch
Partner, we know
plays.
today's NFL.
It's a
rules
bad
around the
idea.
red
Don't
zone and the
do it.
football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense.
Not touchdown, McCluster.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Colts are very efficient 3rd down offense
And the
today.
Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point right down the middle. Boy, it's nice to have that big
Pats played like
reliable
shit
target
yesterday,
you can
Noob.
go to.
Each and every
Played like
time, people see that
absolute
position
shit.
as a fallback. Throw it
And
to
Mike
them when
Vrabel
all
basically
else
just
fails.
took his
Not
schlong
at
and
all.
shoved
This
it
guy
down
can
their
make
throat.
plays, and that's exactly what
Oh,
he just
you're going to
did.
run a reverse
Here for a
pass?
touchdown.
I'll run a reverse pass better.
And the Dolphins getting set to go
He was a
here.
competitive
And after
dude
the
when he
field
was
goal
here, and you
last
could just
time,
tell
see what they can get here. At least
he
they
wanted
got
to
points
really
out of
stick it
that
to the
shot
Pats, and he did.
I've never met an offensive coach
Power
that
to
didn't
him.
want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right?
And a big loss here as he's
That's
taken
tough.
down.
Roper kept drifting. That's tough.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line
That's
is
real
having.
tough.
It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them
big
alive.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right
here we
from the
go.
beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away.
Get rid of it, shit stick. Get rid of it.
Able to shake him off. Now the ball
Oh,
comes
boy.
loose, and the Colts pick it up.
Oh, dear.
Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who caught it
That's
and say, geez, what did he
unfortunate.
do? But hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free, creating something good for your team.
His pass caught.
Yeah,
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
and an Indy touchdown would be a sim. That is correct.
Yeah, a lot of
So,
people would call it
I don't know what we're rooting for, but
I think he looks at it as
an Indy
I can
touchdown
do it.
would
So
be
it's not
a
that big
sim.
of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
At least it got interesting for a little while.
For the gun.
Right.
O'Brien.
All right, we can get out of here now.
It's caught for a Colts touchdown. In for the score.
Oh, shit. Stupid game, not wanting to fucking be over.
Now let's go. Blue line it.
On third down, O'Brien. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at
This
rush
is a
hour in your
long
hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Looks pretty good, though.
And he has got it
Nice
from
kick.
65 yards away. That was never in doubt. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they miss that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
Here we go now.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just
the
need to get
hell's
out
the
of the game
flag?
for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way
Got
to
him for
disrupt
the
these
illegal
offenses.
touch.
And typically,
Shit,
one
that's
guy
funny.
makes a big play, and that can help
That's
change
funny.
things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Such a
So after the
stupid
incompletion on first, now second and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue line it.
Now back to throw. Wide
Nice big
open
play to
receiver
Levy.
complete. And he'll
Here's
be taken
your-
down, but
wow.
not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
This
I think it
is
all came together there. In breaking
this is one of the
All right, here we
dumbest
go.
games we've ever seen. Like up there with that Broncos Chiefs game. This is just foolish.
He's going to look deep
No.
down the field. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
That's appropriate. That's the way it should be.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I was about to
Well,
say,
they didn't
if Eagle
exactly
lost
show
this game,
patience
that'd
there,
be some
did they?
shit.
Just down a
No,
score.
RSV, I'm not simming again.
And compound things by throwing an interception.
Not
They put
simming
their defense
again.
in a really tough
We're gonna
spot.
let this one ride.
He goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Time for a break.
Because odds are the Colts are just gonna run dive 2 plays in a row. He'll burn 2 timeouts, get the ball back with like a minute 45 and a timeout left. chance to go tie the game. So we're gonna watch.
So the
it.
Colts in possession
Watch
of
it play
football
out.
as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Here we go now. Green 39.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he goes
That was an
across
okay
the
little
20 to
run.
the 22. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
3-19.
To throw
Why
on
are they
3rd
throwing?
down. O'Brien.
Oh, I guess that's why they're
This
throwing.
man on the outside.
That'll
They'll
do
get
it.
all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
That
Now
was
the Dolphins are going to take another
that play
timeout
called
here. And
balls.
they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there
That
after
play
giving
called
up the first down.
balls.
Not totally home free yet, but it's
Coach
looking good.
E.J.
as they
Moeller
come up
with
1st and
absolute
10. And
nads.
on the ground they go with a running back. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the
might
last
be
of their
able to get this
timeouts
back with like
as they'll talk
15
things over
seconds
prior
left.
to this upcoming 2nd down play.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the
Throwing
situation.
again.
And taking care of the football, paramount. He gets
And that's why that's a bad
Exactly
idea.
right. Hold on to that ball. A throw there, but
For
that's
now.
gonna wind up incomplete.
Oh boy.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And this will hit just beyond.
Still
the
isn't
goal
over
line
yet,
as it's
boys.
into the end zone for a touchback.
The Colts with some really, really poor play calling there that might, probably won't,
Here we go now.
but might cost them.
3-19.
Back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete.
Oh boy.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's
I no
taken
longer
down.
will feel any sympathy if
23
EJ loses
yards
this
on the
game.
play.
That's just bad.
And now the spike with 36 seconds left to go.
Just anything but overtime. Anything but overtime. Either have Miami score a touchdown or just don't let them score at all. Please no overtime.
He's back to throw.
Oh,
He's got a man wide
no.
open, complete. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the
EJ, you can have as much salt as you want, bud.
Wow, wow.
You deserve to have all the salt in the world.
Because that score, they might want to
That-
rush back
that's-
into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score.
I
although
don't
a
even
little
know what to
time
fucking
left, so you
say
can't
on
count
this.
your chickens before they're hatched.
Well,
That's
they better come
shit.
back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a
EJ,
few
I
past
give you
the
full
20
permission
to the
to
24-yard
rage
line.
pretty hard right now.
And now Indianapolis
You can say
set
whatever
to
you
take
want
the
in the
field.
chat
One possession
for like
game.
a solid minute.
Time
I
very
give you
much
full
a factor.
permission.
How does the offense handle this situation?
The offsides.
Well, in a
Nope.
lot of cases,
Offside.
they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts. You got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up.
Going big.
Defensively, you can't just lay
Scantlebury
back
almost
and let
comes
them
down
do
with
whatever
that.
they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Now let's go.
We're going to reevaluate this simming thing.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
It seems
16
way
seconds
too
now
often
on
that
the
teams
clock.
are getting boned.
These are the
sim.
spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the
I
perimeter,
mean,
doesn't it?
yeah,
It certainly does, and in
comebacks
the
are a
second
thing.
quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation,
We got to
as a defender,
reevaluate.
I'm loosening
I
up
don't know
a couple of
what
extra
we're supposed to
steps
do.
that allowed him to run with him, Strive.
And
That's
a
good.
crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
EJ,
And that
I'm so
one,
sorry, bud.
oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill
That
trying
really
to get your
sucks.
guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not
That
his
really
best
sucks.
throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
That's a shitty way to lose.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
3 down. Hey, check. Set. Green.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal.
Check the
That's
stats,
right up their
but
alley
it's
with what
just-
we saw in this one.
Oh, boy.
So for Miami, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road test
That's
next
tough.
week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills.
That's really
Meanwhile, for
tough.
Indianapolis, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2.
Well, at
And they'll
least
get
there
an
were a lot
extra
of
week to
padded
think
stats
about
in
it
this
as
game.
the midseason bye might be coming.
So that's the
at
way to look on the bright side. Lots of stat padding. My goodness. All right. Advance the week. The Bucks with a big win. Keeping their season alive. Bob Crow balled out. Absolutely balled out. Josiah Iwamo was good. Strong was okay. Couple touchdowns from some big pieces here. Little one sack and 2 picks for something called McGee. The Falcons squeak by. Falcons squeak by the Eagles. Wow. Atlanta's pass rush did some work. Pride with a 10-7 win. Hey, who cares if you won ugly? It's still a win. Lions move to 6-0. Good little pass rush out of Detroit. The Chiefs with a big win. Chiefs trying to keep their season alive. Minimal pass rush. No turnovers. Okay. Oh, I missed this one. Cleveland with a tight win. Ooh, was tied going into the 4th. Toby Bowenko had to play at some point. Smokey Bulworth wasn't a disaster. Lee Steer couldn't really get anything going. No one could really get anything going. BJ Tinker continues to be an absolute machine. No sacks. And only the 1 pick for Curry Trailer. Seahawks with a nice shutout over the Raiders. Nothing too crazy in this game. I mean, there's not going to be much in a 13-0 game. Wow! I was mistaken. Holy Jesus, that's a lot of sacks. Chargers are able to sneak by the Steelers. That's that's tough. Then again, hey, that division's still wide open. Ravens fall to 3-3. I think the Browns go to 4-3. So that division's still wide open. Wide open. The Rams with a big win over the Packers. Ooh, Ryan Casey balled out. Alfred Long ran okay. Something called Alfred Long had 3 touchdowns in the air too. Wow. A lot of sacks too. Nice. 2 picks for Hawker and 1 for Kubila. Lance with a big win over the 49ers. Nice comeback when he scores 21 in the 4th quarter. And he's on his 3rd quarterback. With the freaking 7-headed monster at running back. Rigo. I'm sorry, bud. That's a tough loss. That's a tough loss to a tough division foe. That one's tough. But Parker Rodriguez gets another freaking sack. I swear that kid gets a sack every game. Every game. Alright, Francis Baptiste is starting to get into a rhythm here. Cheek's playing well. Spumoni's playing well. I'm starting to be satisfied with the way that this team is playing. Alright. Can we check standings? I would love to check standings, Rogier. I would absolutely love to check standings. AFC North. I can't check awards yet, Eagle. I can next week, though. So if we get through this week tonight, I can check them. Alright, Browns, Bengals, Ravens, Steelers. Everyone's within a game of each other. This is anybody's division. South, this is a 2-team race. 2-team race. The East, I mean, probably me. I don't want to sound pompous, but it's probably me. But then these 3 are fighting for a wild card spot. This, hey man, the Chiefs are in it. Broncos are in it. Everybody's in it. Anybody's division. Same thing here. It's kind of like this is the Lions division. But it looks like the Packers and Vikings are fighting for a wild card spot. Falcons looking pretty good, at least offensively. The defense is a disaster. The Bucks are in it. Panthers probably out. This one's tough. Rigo's hanging in there, but the Giants are making it tough. And then odds are, I would imagine with the Seahawks defense, they're going to be able to start pulling away with this division. Alright. Let's peep the schedule to make sure I didn't miss anything. But I think it should be past Jags. I really do. Falcons, Ravens, nah. Dolphins, Bills, no. Steelers, Bucks, not really intriguing. Yeah. It's Pats, Jags. I'm not even going to bother asking you guys because the other games all suck. But, you guys, do we want to watch Pats, Jags first, or do you guys want to peep this draft class first? It's up to you guys. You guys tell me what to do. Pats, Jags, or draft class? Draft last? Y'all tell me what we're doing, and that's what we'll do. I'd rather draft be separate from games. Alright, that's fine. That's totally fine. Alright. Let's peep injuries real quick, just in case anybody died. Jaguars. Ooh, we should check those Dolphins injuries. Ooh, shit. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. RSV, if you want to do anything with this, I mean, it shouldn't matter because it would just bump McKenzie up to the number 1 at every spot, so it really shouldn't be a factor. And then Spragan will just come back healthy for the playoffs. Leave him. All right, yeah. No, I wasn't saying put him on IR. Fuck no, because he's going to come back. Oh, no. Y'all know what unis we wearing. We wearing the 90s unis because the 90s uniforms are bomb. Alright, let's see how this rebuilt Patriots team looks. I need a big game out of the Italian Pauly Spumoni. That's my guy. That's my guy. This is a fucking huge game. Like, it's kind of just setting in for me here. This is a fucking huge game.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is...
All right, Coach.
Because if I lose this, then the Jaguars would be the 1 seed. And I'm not about that.
Both of these
not
teams
about
to
that.
reach the halfway point of this
Go
NFL
make plays,
season,
boys.
and we're underway on EA Sports.
Let's go skin a
This
cat.
is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
Here comes
And a
Caleb.
glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Fucking Caleb.
What I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the
I'm
easy
still salty about
camaraderie
the conference
that he
championship
has
game
with
last
his
season.
offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were
Oh,
coming over
Jesus.
and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they
That's
respect
not a
the
good
heck out
start.
of him and really want to play well for him.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
That's,
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, that continuity is there, and you can see
I got a bad feeling about this.
The defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Defense getting cut
His
through
first
like
catch,
butter.
good for 8 and a first down.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
And they'll run it here. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Oh, right. They have B.J. Cox, too. That's another Patriot killer. Pepper Jack's just building an army of all the guys that I fucking hate.
They really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Have to admit, I was extremely
Such a
impressed by
good
what I saw.
defense.
They
Why
ended
are
up
we
getting
getting
4 sacks in the
shredded
game,
by this?
Stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time. Made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week. That pressure on the QB is key.
Stupid lefties.
Set. Blue, 90.
Back to throw here.
Another wide open receiver.
That's Russell. And here he's a shy of the 35 at the 36. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Get him, nice.
There he goes.
Attaboy,
They sack
Henderson.
him back right around the 41-yard line.
Needed that. Big play.
And we say it all
Big
the
play.
time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line
Hurry
out.
up,
They're
here we
going
go.
to protect you
Blue,
as best
90.
they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds
Draw,
to throw the ball,
draw.
they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and
Go
give up a
tackle
sack,
him.
you're really almost discrediting their work.
Christ.
And a short
almighty.
gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, Coach
3
Egan, I'm
yards is the
frustrated
pickup,
too.
but it leaves them still needing 11 here on third down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've
Hurry
got
up,
to
here we
take
go.
some pressure off of
Green,
this young
39.
quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Picked off Artis Friedman. Take it to the house. Take it to the house. Oh, we're not. Get tackled by a lineman.
Able to take this one back To the 36-yard
Big
line.
players making big plays,
Certainly
big
not how
moments.
they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First
All right,
quarter,
peace.
first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic
Complete to
number.
Curly for a little bit.
Points scored, gives yourself a
Right,
best-
this is
give yourself
Curly's
the best chance to
Patriots
win.
debut in a watch game. That's
24,
pretty
28,
cool.
30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your
Let's
offense
go.
has to keep
Red
pace.
38. Red 38.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And
First down,
it's
Barry.
a
First down,
complete.
Barry. Damn
And
right,
he'll be
that's first
taken
down, Barry.
At the 46-yard
Oh,
line.
that's some shit.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it
That's
leads
some
to 4th
shit.
down.
What we hear so often
Oh,
is
that's some
tackling
shit.
become
Go
almost a
for it.
lost art in
Please
the
go
NFL
for it.
game, but it's so important to
Be a
tackle
fake.
well on
Run a
these
fake.
receivers,
No,
especially in a
come
play like this
on.
one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff.
Oh,
You
that's
gotta
some
go make the
shit.
tackle right away.
That is some shit. He literally fell forward for the first down. What
That
the
opening drive
fuck?
ended with the
Come on,
INT.
man.
Didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were.
Ref, what you doing to me?
Thank you. A huge thank you. You
I
said
know
we
Shad
need-
Khan's got a lot of money, but come on.
Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward
Stuff
their
this shit. It's
defense
gonna be a
little
dive
bit
right up the
by
gut.
putting some points on the
Stuff
board
it.
on this one.
Attaboy, Tucker. Attaboy.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Gotta take Cox and Dial
He has a lead
out of
instinct
this
from his
game.
linebacker spot. He's able to
Sounds
diagnose
crazy,
the
but
run
force
and
Caleb
flies
Shutter
like
to
a
beat
missile
us.
to stop that one
Take
behind
the
line
run
of
away,
scrimmage.
make him
Green
throw.
39. Green 39.
False start on the running
And now
back.
some motion before the snap. And this
False
will be
start
our
on the
first
running back.
penalty of the night's
Back 'em up.
proceedings. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Green
Oh,
39.
this looks like a safety
Green
blitz. I am not okay with this.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Wide
And that's
open
why, because it
receiver
vacates the
complete.
space there for the receivers
And
to
they get
attack.
it up
God
just short
damn
of
it.
the 45 at the 44. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
All right, here we go.
Bilbo.
Now on first down, he'll drop
Hit
the
him.
throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
I swear to God, if that's roughing the passer, I'm gonna smack a bitch. Where's my bitch to smack? I need a bitch to smack. God
This crowd does not
damn
like
it.
that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their
Defense, gotta step up. Gotta step up.
Green 39. Green 39.
And Charles,
False
this
start
infraction's
again. Come
gonna be
on.
Against the offense, false start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team
Shutter
is
with
set
all these hard
before
counts
you begin
throwing his
your
own team
cadence.
off.
Had some momentum going, driving
Oh,
down the
God.
field. That'll set him back 1st and 15.
I mean, that type of play, when you've got to go in
Hurry
your
up, here we
direction,
go.
sure, my man Old Mo is arching an eyebrow at him right
Big
now.
play, we
You
need a
get
big
me
play.
going,
Oh boy.
keep me going.
So they took a
Incomplete.
shot on first
PI,
down,
right?
but couldn't
Where's the
connect.
flag?
One
No
thing
roughing,
I know
no
from
PI.
experience is that when the deep ball is
Aye.
thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a
All right, here we go.
50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And
Into
Picked
heavy
off
traffic,
again.
and
Let's
it's
go.
intercepted.
Attaboy, Callum.
At the 21.
Attaboy,
And
Callum.
he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Clutch defense.
so that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say,
This
what's
isn't the
going
most
on with your
ideal
scheme?
way to play
Maybe we
defense,
should
but
look at the defense and just give
it's
them
working.
a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Nice throw to Taylor
Curley's
Curley.
got it complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation.
Come on,
We used to
let's
practice
go.
it on
What?
defense.
Nine.
Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's
Hitting
why
Curley
he
a lot.
throwing the football
I'm liking
to
it.
catch him off balance.
And he did. The Patriot
going,
passing
Baptiste.
game
Keep
is
it
rolling.
going.
They've got another first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But
Here we
not
go.
this guy. He's a refined route runner.
Graham Nedney's
Makes me
in.
wonder if he gets
Probably
some
a
dance
dive to
classes in his
cheek.
background with his footwork.
And he's gonna be
Face
taken
mask,
down with a
maybe?
penalty flag on
Face
the
mask? Am I that lucky? blocking the fuck me. On net knee. Come on.
So this will be
Boo.
accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Stupid game.
Here we go. What?
They'll run it now out of the
Oh,
gun.
Jesus.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Fuck.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I was getting
Santa
real excited when I saw those lateral type
let's go.
runs. But the best backs
No.
they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
I'll admit that's a clever joke,
Play,
but
and they're going to be staring at a third and
Still.
long here.
I know
Not
most
even
of the time when the
Thanksgiving
ball's
yet.
in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
I swear it was a dive.
They're going to look to
Get the
throw.
first down. No, no,
Fires
no,
one,
no,
it's
no, no,
intercepted.
no.
Picked off at the
No,
45.
no, 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 no,
20,
no.
10. And
Fucking A.
this one home. It's a touchdown.
No one finds the open linebacker like Francis Baptist.
Linebackers, they love when those short
Throws
throws
it
come.
right
Those eyes get real wide,
to
don't
him.
they?
How about the anticipation on the play?
Oh, and he's not
Reading,
beating ground in a foot
reacting, and
race.
then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite
Yeah,
direction.
I'm gonna lose this game.
Extra point splits the uprights.
I'm gonna lose this
And
game.
it's now a
Hardcore.
7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, let's go.
And they'll go on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of
Here we go.
congestion there.
What?
You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That was a nicely run
not
slant
feel
route,
good
and what the
about this
receiver's
game right
trying to
now.
do is make the defender think he's
Let's
going
go.
upfield for a
38.
deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the
I
field.
just wish
And now
someone
what he's
other
trying to
than
do
Curly would
is
keep
use his
getting
body
open.
to keep the defender away
Like, don't
from
get me
the
wrong,
quarterback
I love that
and get
Taylor
the
Curly's
quarterback
having a
really
good
nice
first
target.
quarter.
And they just keep
I just-
marching right along. First down.
I
on
wish
the
some of the
pickup
other
of 8
bigger
there.
playmakers were
And
making,
the
you
tight
know,
end is
bigger
certainly
plays.
built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Here we go.
Well, they're currently the best in the
38.
NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long.
I'm so
Officially no
sick
gain
of
on
the
the
stretch
play,
play
and it's
to
2nd
Thomas
down.
Cheek. It's not in his wheelhouse. I would like it if we never ran it
Linebackers
again,
making plays
please.
near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
I think he had to unload that one before
playbook
he
has
wanted
the
to.
stretch
He was
play
right
now.
up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there.
Can't control the fact that the CPU loves to run the damn stretch
Just
play.
not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle
Even the
those
fucking
plays
run and
because
shoot
they
has
were
the stretch
successful
play in it.
getting 3? Or do you go to another
It's
section
just
of the
stretch out a
playbook trying to
pistol
find one
instead
to
of
get
stretch
you
out a
into the end zone,
high.
get you 6?
Hey, you got 3. Set! Blue landed! Blue landed!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that.
All right, here we go.
But I almost want to go into that rip about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with.
Let's go.
Not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
And on the ground they go with a running back, finding some room at midfield, and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now let's go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not.
Get him.
Damn
it.
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB. Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And incomplete here. So a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down.
Get a stop.
He comes back with one complete.
First down, no.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll look to throw here.
Yeah, that
Incomplete.
bad. We got to stop
They
throwing
don't
it
get
at
the hook
McGrayhone.
up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
29. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his throw is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Here
Not
we
an
go.
actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They run a draw here on second down. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a running play and create extra space,
Shutter's injured.
The jackpot there.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is fielded at the 27.
And so is Toon.
And now out come the Patriots.
Don't worry,
Now,
Baptiste will
game's
just
hit
throw it
a
right
little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag.
It
Punts
don't
on
matter.
back-to-back drive.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Well, after what we just saw, we know that with third down coming up, this is not a gimme for the offense. They've got to figure out what they want to do. Do they challenge their offensive line and try and run it? Or do they go ahead and concede that this is a tough defense and put it in the air?
And he gets this one to midfield before
We
he's
got to
brought
start
down.
moving this ball,
Touch number
getting the
40
ball out
for
to
him
our
on the year. It's a
playmakers.
first down.
Like,
And
Bond
Brandon,
and
from our
Cheek
time
are
in
great, but
college
it's not
football,
working. So just find
receivers
other
weren't running the
weapons.
traditional NFL route tree. One thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Red 38. Red 38.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
This quarterback now 13
You're fine,
of
RSC,
16
no
throwing
worries.
the football. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Red 38.
They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down.
Right there. He's sneaky. Check that guy. Come on, let's go. What? 90.
Nice.
What?
Reese's Cups on fire.
Back to throw.
Oh, you got
And
it.
an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest. Let
Trader Joe's. Yeah, it's the same thing, Noob. I feel you. I feel you. It's the same thing.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback.
Nice throw.
Man on the right sideline.
Nice first throw for Tyler
A
Warren.
good pickup there, 26 yards.
Let's go. What? 90. What?
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Let's go. What? 90.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
And he's got his man on
First
the
down.
out
All
route.
right.
And he'll go out of bounds
First down.
after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
What? 90.
He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Russell. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Russell. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Okay, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Damn it, why's it gotta be on me? They racist. That's why. They racist.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Let's go. What? 90.
He'll look to throw.
Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him.
Flush to his right. He spins free. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Potter. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5.
Attaboy, Jimmy Frost.
He's got the lane, and there he goes.
Attaboy, Jimmy Frost.
And he will score. Touchdown.
That's a huge fucking play.
Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up.
That's huge.
Point after, right
That's
down
fucking
the middle.
huge.
So we've reached halftime here at Gillette
That is
Stadium
absolutely
with the Patriots
huge
on
play for
top.
Jimmy Frost.
As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL.
Now we get the rock. Let's start to stretch this lead a little
This
bit.
is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half.
It's all good, EJ.
It's okay, but in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go! What? 90!
They go play action here on first down. And caught by Curley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
speed, I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. New England on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
What's good, AP? How are you, bud?
Looking to throw. And he fires
God
one that's
damn it,
intercepted.
Baptiste.
Picked off near the 32.
God damn it, Bernice.
That's where the return stops.
Fucking moron.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now back to throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
That's good.
Now throwing on
Having made the draft, I would say there's probably 4, maybe 5 franchise quarterbacks in this draft. Finding them is on you. But I would say there's probably 4 or 5 that you could legitimately say are franchise quarterbacks.
They've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Here we go. 190.
And they'll run it here.
190.
And down he goes just beyond the 35. But that pretty move got him some extra space to run. 5 yards is
Peace
the
out,
tally
Husker.
on 1st down.
Have fun with that homework, bud.
2nd and 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive
Noob's got a
linemen to get to the
lead.
second level.
And the reinforcements
Noob's got a
coming.
lead on
They're gonna
something.
Stop him behind the line. And they'll lose
A
a yard that
suspicion.
time, and that's gonna
What's
lead
the
to a
suspicion,
3rd
bud?
down.
Clue me in. I will tell you right here on stream if your suspicion is right or not.
To the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. This is taken around the 12. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Patriots take over. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Interesting, Noob. I'll be straight up with you. Best quarterback I ever had was an early 2nd round pick. He is in this draft. I can't tell you if he lined up perfectly with being a 2nd round pick because I had a lot of guys that were like 1st round picks that ended up I having to put him in the 2nd round. Some guys later are going to push other guys up and vice versa. So I can't sit here and say like, hey, the best quarterback I ever had
It'll be back at the 36.
is in the second round. But
got to give some credit there.
he's in this draft.
Out that screen early
if
on
you can
first
find
down.
him, he's
really
there.
Read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Hot, 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 hot.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hey, here we go. What? 90.
Back to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or
Hey, I'll be
on
real
the
with you
ground.
guys.
Now it'll be interesting to see
Any
what the
information
coach
you
says
want
on
about this
sides.
draft, I'll give to you guys.
Can you hang in there
The
and
more
not
work,
try
I'm not
force
gonna like
something
say, oh,
that could
this
put
is
your
the
team in
guy
some
that does
jeopardy?
this, but like,
24 for a gain
if
of
you want to
4.
know like what teams
Brandon, all things
I had the guys
considered,
play
you
for,
have to feel pretty
how they
good about
performed,
getting that type of a
what
game,
Maddens they
considering
played.
the
There are
fact that
some
they just
guys
had
I
one
even
stop.
have recordings on my phone
Come
of.
up second and 6
So,
now
like,
from
hey,
the 24.
I'm just saying.
Tight right. Come on, let's go. Red 30.
They run a draw
If you guys
here
need
on
to see
second
some
down.
stuff, I got
And he'll
stuff.
be corralled
How
right
deep
around
is
the
guard and how
34.
deep is
10
corner.
yards there,
Every
good enough for
position
Jags
is
first
really,
down.
really deep.
That was good, tough running
I
right
would
up the
probably
middle,
say
and if the
guard
defense
is
can't
one of the
penetrate
thinner
and
positions,
make
or I
him
guess,
slow his pace or
how do I
change
phrase this?
direction,
Guard is kind of top heavy. But that doesn't mean you can't get guards later. It just means that if you want the really, really good ones, you might have to bite early on a guard. I would say corner's pretty deep. Again, if you're looking for like a stud corner, you might want to go early. But if you just need like a nice starter, you can get nice starters throughout the draft at corner. Are there any big busts?
12 yards there as they
I mean,
keep
I
this
wouldn't say that
drive
there are
rolling.
like
It's another
big
first down.
busts, but like in relation to the studs, there are guys that are significantly less studly. I wouldn't say that they're busts, they're just demi-studs, if you want to phrase it like that. Highest overall is a 93. The highest overall in the class is a 93.
What's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
Linebacker is very deep. I would say if you need a pass rusher, linebacker is probably the way to go. Middle linebacker has some serious thumpers. Like if you need 2-down run-stopping linebackers, some of these middle linebackers are where it's at. The outside guys are more pass rush oriented because I've run a lot of 3-4 over the years, so I always have like nice pass rushing outside linebackers. But middle linebacker does a lot of thumpers, guys that I'll be real with you can't cover very well. Very low man, very low zone, very high tackling, very high hit power, very high pursuit, decent mobility, things like that. But pay very close attention to the scheme fits. These things matter, fellas. Like, I didn't do this like FG does, where it's like, oh, he's a 91 at this, but a 4 at this. But I mean, there are some guys that are like an 85 at one thing, maybe like a 75 at another. So you may be thinking, oh, sick, I got an 85 power back. But if you run an elusive back scheme, that's not really going to be doing you many favors. So just pay attention to archetypes, fellas. Pay attention to them because they matter. I would say very few players are like studs all around. Most of them, they have weaknesses. They do. Because again, I tried to make these guys as realistic as I possibly could. That's a great kick. Highest overall outside linebacker. I think 86 is the highest overall outside linebacker. Is offense or defense better? I would say offense is a little stronger than defense, but not by much. I would say offense is slightly stronger than defense. Just because, and again, I'll be straight with you guys about this. Skill positions are fucking loaded. Highest tight end overall.
Let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression.
Highest tight end overall.
Make 5, 6, 7 yards.
Highest tight end overall is. I want to say tight end is also an 86, I think. The highest tight end and also an 86.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive.
All right, I will not give you the wide receiver.
That kind of yardage, not a great
I will not.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see.
That's something I do have to keep.
2nd and 23. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Just know that the wide receiver is high, but I don't want to give it away because.
Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to face an.
All right, she figured it out. The wide receiver is the 93. There you go. The wide receiver is the 93.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's the greatest player I have ever had any sports game ever.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag.
Is it obvious he's good? I mean, I think so, but again, I've been using this guy in all kinds of different franchises. Madden 07 was his debut for me, so 12, 13 years. He's been like my favorite fake player for 12, 13 years. He's been a pitcher for me. He's played point guard for me. He's obviously been a receiver for me. So I've recreated this dude in all kinds of set situations. But funny story. Funny story. When I first drafted him in like those old Maddens, you could get booed or cheered for like what was going on. And like in your picks, they had like a laugh track or like a boo track and a cheer track. I got booed for drafting him. And he wasn't even the best wide receiver on his own team in that draft. Like the college that he came from, there was another receiver in that draft rated higher than him. Which I always found interesting. And again, that's something that you can pay attention to. I'm not saying that both receivers are in this class, but I'm not saying that both receivers aren't in this class.
They're going to look to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Partner, if you and I were playing quarterback in this one, we would be really confident right now throwing it to him, wouldn't we?
Yeah, he's been spectacular. He's just saying, hey, I was all state. I'll make it rain out here. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
Nice pick, Taylor Sykes. Any other questions about this draft? Because again, guys, I'll answer them. Seems like you guys got a lot of the information that you need already, but hey, if you want more, I'm glad to talk about it. These are like my babies. Like 300 of my babies. So, I love to talk about these guys.
Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Now a play fake here on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Highest guard overall, 89. Highest cornerback overall, 87.
Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Here we go! What?
And on the ground they go.
Actually, wait a minute. There might be a 90 overall guard. There might be. It's either 89 or 90. It depends on what I rated one guy, because I forget if I made him a 90 or not. But it's at least 89. How many 85 plus is a bunch? A good number. Pretty much every 85 plus is in an appropriately ranked spot. However, I would say there's probably 20 of them or so. I'm not going to give you a name, noob. I can't give how many 90 pluses then. Maybe 5. Maybe 5.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
I'll try to remember. I mean,
It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second
again, like I was saying earlier, there are guys that are, oh, he's a 91, but he's a 70 at his other 2 archetypes. So there are a couple guys that are like, okay, he's a 90, but he ain't really a 90.
Second and 1, and people
If you get what I'm saying.
This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly
past the
what we just
4th
saw
round.
there. Pick up the first down.
I think there's a couple 86s late. There's a couple 86s pretty late. 'Cause I've had a lot of success with undrafted players. So I would say pay attention to the undrafteds, because there's a lot of good guys in there. Are any of them special teams or fullbacks? Yes. There is 190 overall at the special teams / fullback position.
Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run.
Noob, there are a handful of kickers. So I'm just saying, if you need a kicker, there are plenty. If you need a fullback, there are plenty. Trust me. I've had fullbacks run for 1,000 yards before for me, so let's just say there are some fine-looking fullbacks. Fullbacks that can maybe play other positions pretty well. That's another thing I want to put out here, fellas. Just because a guy is listed at one position doesn't mean that's the only position he can play. Like, maybe there's a wide receiver who can kick. Maybe there's a wide receiver who can throw. Maybe there's a tight end who can cover. What else? Maybe there's a safety who can rush the passer. Just pay attention to these things. I guess they're hard things to scout, but just be aware that some things aren't exactly what they appear to be. So if you look at a guy and go, oh, fuck, he's only a 75, that's kind of a bummer. Well, maybe he's not just a 75. Maybe he's useful somewhere else. Or maybe he's a kick returner. Or maybe this. But very few players in this draft are going to be like, ah, fuck, this guy sucks. I think the lowest overall player I made is a 71. Like, and that's like the lowest.
And because of that,
so anything lower than a 71 wasn't me. Because there are a lot of guys at the bottom of the draft that it's just like, I wasn't editing all these fucking undrafted guys.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30.
Oh, God, yeah, RSV. I've had so many meme players over the years. So, trust me, I made sure that I got some of my meme legends in here.
Time on both sides.
What? 90. What?
They'll look to throw here. And he couldn't hang
Also,
on to it
fun
for the
fact,
contact.
there are 2 7-foot-tall players in this draft. There were almost 3, but one of them I decided against. So, we're at 2. So that's fun. There's one 400-pound player. What else?
Patriots offense now. They work their way
There's
back
one
onto the
5'5"
field.
player.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're
figured
up.
those are things
They're
people
looking
care
for a
about.
drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone.
Remember, I was a
and that's
dumb
what you're
kid like you
thinking,
guys
and I
once.
believe that's exactly
So I did a lot of dumb
what
shit in
they're
Madden.
thinking this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out.
A lot of these guys were guys I had in NCAA,
Not one that I've
and I
ever
took them
met.
to Madden, and now I'm taking them to this. So, some of these boys
So the
have some
Patriots with the
serious
football
history
as we
with me.
get you reset. And let's
Again,
see what
like,
they've
there are
come up
guys in
with
here I've been
offensively
using since
after
Madden
having time
01.
to talk it over.
Come on, let's go. Red 38. Red 38.
Like, legit legends. Most of them come from that Madden, like, 07
And they'll
to
try to
2011
run
window,
the back.
because that was, like, really my Madden peak.
As he's gonna be
What is the
stopped
weakest
before he can
position
even get
besides
started.
guard?
Now it looks like we've got
Quarterback.
a Patriot down.
Without a
Slow it
doubt,
up.
quarterback's the
We'll
weakest
get a
position in the
report
entire
when
draft.
we return to Foxborough.
I'm not going to sugarcoat that. There are some really good ones, and then there are some lower ones.
Now this is a big third down.
There
and
are
you'd have
some
to
more of
think
them where
we'd
you
see a
look at it and be
timeout
like,
right
damn,
away
this
if they
guy's
can't start
fire.
from here.
And then some of them you'll look at and be like, ah, shit, I guess I missed on that one.
Red 38. Red.
So,
And this
just
is gonna
be
be
wary with the
incomplete.
quarterback
I think you'd
position
have
in
to
this
say
draft. I guess I'll tell you.
defensively, these guys are doing their job
Be
pretty
wary.
well, right?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Again,
Third
I
and
didn't go out of my way to try to
points
fool anybody. I
on
just
defense, and
I
they've
put
done
guys
that.
in the
They've held
positions
them.
where I
The
drafted them.
problem
So
is
if
their
I
offense hasn't answered their
wanted to
challenge,
put a
which
guy
is
in this
to
draft
score.
and I had drafted him in the 4th round originally,
Right around 20,
he's
and the
around the
offense has
4th
been the
round
issue,
in this
you're right.
draft.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto
If there's
the
a
field.
guy that I
They were forced to
originally
punt
got as an
last
undrafted
time,
free agent that I turned
sincerely
into
that
a
they'll
god,
have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific
well,
field
then I
position.
made him pretty damn good, but he's still an undrafted free agent projected. So that's why I said earlier, pay attention to those undrafted guys. There are a lot of gems in there. I think the whole fucking
It's a
draft is
6-yard
gems,
gain on the
but
ground,
still.
and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
You can get
Clock
starters
running, about
at
to hit
pretty much
90
every
seconds
position
to go
throughout
in
the
game.
entire draft.
Now
So you
contact
guys
up front
you guys
as
should
penalty
you guys
markers
should like
come
this one, I
in.
hope.
Who is this again?
It's probably a little too good, but
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Let's go. What?
Back to throw.
get him. Damn it.
And he will avoid
Please,
the
no
contact
overtime.
as he
No,
slides
wait
to
a
his
minute.
down.
No, yes,
11 yards
overtime. I
there
don't wanna
for
lose.
Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
Yes, let them
First
get a
down
field
now
goal.
with that clock rolling.
Hold them to a field goal.
Hey, we
Field goals. Yay, field
He's
goals.
back to throw.
No touchdowns. Touchdowns are bad.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 3.
It's
And
all
that'll
good,
make it a
Eagle.
2nd down.
It's all good. Hey, if I lose, it takes some pressure off me with this stupid unbeaten shit, so.
And a quick throw here. That's
Shutter got hurt.
And
Shutter
inside
nearly
the
got
12
safetied and he
before
got
he's
hurt.
brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well.
God
I think this one's
Christ.
going to be a face mask. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. So with next to nothing left on the clock, they get Charles what should be the game-winning.
That's unfortunate.
That felt so much like practice and preparation coming together. So many times your last practice of the week, you score the game-winning touchdown. Everyone leaves the field feeling good about themselves. They got it done for real in this situation.
All right, we got 25 seconds to go 74 yards. Let's do a thing. Let's do a thing. Who am I shitting? We're going to lose.
Let's go!
We're going to lose.
He'll look to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd. See if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that
the ball game.
Is temporary, not lingering.
Congrats, Pepper Jack. Nice win.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to
Proud of
wind
you.
up incomplete. So
I don't know how long Shutter's out for, but Tyler
Tyler
Warren came in and did a good job.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the
That's the benefit of having a good backup quarterback.
Was it against the right defense?
Shit can hit the fan and you can still have hope.
For it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again.
Must we call a timeout every fucking play?
And a timeout comes in.
Must we?
The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Just a little
So a
unnecessary.
defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand.
All right.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never
So be
take
it.
that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the
What's up,
pump all
Roger?
week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room.
That's
And
unfortunate.
then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
All right. Check the injuries for the 2 teams that played there. Frampton and Kennard are out. And the Jaguars. Caleb Shutter for 5. So he'll be back playoffs. Good. Nothing too terrible. Nothing too terrible. The Vikings lose again. That's just... I don't understand this Vikings team. They're really talented, but they just don't win. Atlanta gets the dub over Baltimore. And it was, Even though the score was close, this is a little bit of a drubbing. Atlanta really took it to him. At least it wasn't overtime, RSV. At least it wasn't overtime. A lot of rushing touchdowns. Bonham gets in the end zone. Couple sacks. The Browns lose. Interesting. Storm Davis played well, but they still lost. That's BJ Tinkers. Wow. The Bucks get a big win. Bob Crow is slinging it for Tampa Bay. Wow. Denver drops a tough one. Denver drops a real tough one. Lance is not going to be happy about that. Fazande was great, though. I don't understand why Lance is starting Mosley, but it obviously did not work this time. The 49ers drop another game, further opening this up for the Seahawks. No. Pride lost? Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Well, I guess no one's undefeated anymore. That's kind of shitty. I was happy for Pride, too. This Jets team is not good. I don't understand how they're winning. But alright, let's take a peek. Broncos, Jaguars. If we hadn't just watched Jaguars, I'd say sure. But meh. Ravens, Bills. I wouldn't hate to watch that. Maybe Dolphins, Lions. It's not a horrible game. Seahawks 49ers is a pretty meaningful game, but we don't have time to watch another one tonight anyway. I just wanted to peek at these. I feel like Ravens Bills is probably the most likely one to watch. Maybe Seahawks Niners, but we can figure it out later. We can check awards, Eagle. That's exactly where I'm going, bud. Yearly awards. Chandler Tebow is the favorite for MVP, with Thomas Cheek right behind him, and Dylan Harris, Najvar, Baptiste, Quinn Wildfire looking like Coach of the Year. AFC. Defensive Player of the Year. Artis Friedman, Tucker, McGrayhone, Samuda. Leonard Robinson, Offensive Rookie of the Year with O'Brien and Roper and Yandel. Kevin Collier looking like Defensive Rookie of the Year at the moment, along with Bernard and Trannon and Randall. A lot of Dolphins there. A lot of Dolphins. What the fuck is Morgan Hagen? It's like there's Jets everywhere, and I don't get it. The Jets aren't good. Look at Kevin Wilson. Really make Julian long. He's balling for the Jaguars. He's balling for the Vaughn Hedleston, because, I mean, who else would it be? Who else would it be? Chandler Tebow. Ryan Brees having a good year for the 49ers. Oscar Potter for the Falcons. Alvin Robbins. Rodnell Andrews. Potts and Love are 1 and 2. Reed Lorig making a big impact for the Lions. Ashley Grant for the Falcons. Potter for the Falcons. Rafael Fanene for the Saints, who the fuck that is. And then Veldman for the Rams. I will run through the rest of injuries real quick. Let's go to the start at the Bills. Camden Tucker's out 4 more weeks. Broncos are healthy. Leon Woody's out 1 more week for the Browns. Bucks getting healthy. Chiefs are healthy. Colts are starting to get healthier. Cowboys are healthy. Raphael Spragan's out to the playoffs. Falcons are healthy. 49ers are healthy. Shutter's going to be back eventually. Lions are missing Francis Lawton. Troy Mueller for the Panthers. Those are some annoying injuries for me. Rams are healthy. Ravens are missing Allison and Vasquez. That's 2 of their best defensive linemen. Seahawks are healthy. Steelers are healthy. Vikings are missing Lane Stites. I'll check standings again. We can do that. Takes 2 seconds. That's reasonable. AFC North. Again, everybody's still in this one. I would say everybody's in this one. This is a 2-horse race. Colts and Jaguars. One of them's probably going to be the 1 or 2 seed. The other's probably going to be the 5 seed. The East is starting to get interesting. Everybody's got a shot. Chiefs, somehow only a game back of the division. So Capri, don't go hanging yourself just yet. You're in this thing. Similar to the AFC South, this is a 2-horse race there in the NFC. The Bucks are starting to make a push here. But the Falcons have a little bit of a cushion. The Giants' loss really helps Rigo, because Rigo's about a game and a half back right now, so there's hope there. And then pretty much as we expected, the Seahawks are starting to take control over this. 49ers and Rams are only a game back, but I just can't see the Seahawks blowing that. I see the Seahawks pulling away. Alright. Pride has been begging for rosters, so we'll do rosters real quick. I'm not going to go through each thing. Normally I would do something like that. I'm just going to go real quick. Like this. Because I still want to do scouting tonight. I mean, if we don't do scouting tonight, that's not the end of the world. Rogier's building a nice little team here. Sorry, could itch my eye real quick. Lance got a pretty good team here too. I'm really only concerned about this year picks at this point. Guys, if I'm gonna show scouting, do you want me to do it in this stream or do you want me to make a separate stream to show scouting? Because remember, it's not combines yet, but it would just be like first rating and stuff. Just that you got separate? Alright, separate. So, once I finish rosters on this, I'll end this, immediately start a new one, show some scouting. I might take a bathroom break between streams. Kinda have to pee. Draft class is getting shown in a separate stream, probably in about 20 minutes. So, Alpo says he has no volume, so if one of you guys can answer that in the chat for him, just like whenever we finish rosters, I'm going to start a separate stream, and I'll do draft class there. Thank you, Eagle. I appreciate it, bud. I don't know, Rozier. The Jets team's not very good. They're really not. Everybody wants that backup punter, Rozier. How could anyone not want the backup punter? Good night, Pepperjack. Have a good one, bud. Okay, Roger, no worries. So who's still here right now? This is four of y'all. Who's still here? Let's have a conversation. Let's keep this litty boy. Oh, now we're down to three. Wow. Y'all don't love me. Daddy Capri's still here. I appreciate it, brother. I do. 'Cause I know you're dying to see this draft class. Because I know you want to get back into it. Hey, you say you can't pick them, but then you can trade guys to pick up more picks. You ain't done yet, brother. And once you see this draft, you're probably gonna want to make some more picks. You gonna want to make some plays, homeboy. do have a shit ton of linemen. That's a good point. You really do have a shit ton of linemen. Alright, sweet, Roger. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Alright, 3 teams left. I don't know about that. The Giants' O-line's starting to get a little better. It's starting to get a little better. Roger, do you mean long-term depth or do you mean like this season? Because you can get a lot more than depth in this draft class. I can promise you that. Like now, you only have 2 picks. Fair enough. Alrighty. So that's that. I will end this stream and start a new one. Alright, boys? Peace out. I'll be back in a few minutes.